Hey y'all, it's Jake Worthington. Thanks for checking out this episode of the ETX ROCKS Show featuring Lauren Alexander.
This is Boston Chris with another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show.
Louise here.
Descript. Featuring all genres and styles of entertainment.
And coming to from the ETX ROCKS. Let's hear it from Louise, please.
From the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond.
Out of the box with ETX ROCKS.
It's awesome.
We keep them coming.
$5, that's pocket change.
Well, hey y'all, this is Haley McDaniel. Are y'all ready for this?
ETX ROCKS Show is the greatest show of all time, okay?
We are ETX ROCKS.
The ETX ROCKS Show is the best show of all time, say? The other shows, you're good, you're real good. But as long as we're around, you'll be second best, say?
Cut.
Hey, this is Hannah Kirby. Thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
That a rich girl like you, she ain't never tried.
Hey, this is Scott Connor, and you're listening to East Texas Rocks. In the background, they're playing my brand new single, Ride With Me. You guys can find me at scottconnor.com. That's Connor, C-O-N-E-R, just one N. You can go to Facebook at Scott Connor Music. You can buy my music at CD Baby or iTunes. You can even listen to it at Spotify. Mostly, I just wanted to tell you guys I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you down there in Texas. And we appreciate East Texas Rocks. Take care.
She cocked her pretty little head with a pretty smile in her eyes. She said that sounds pretty good, but you need to realize I'm just in town for a minute. I have me $10, but I just now spent it. And these fancy clothes, they belong to a friend of mine.
Hey guys, Boston Chris here with another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. You're tuned in to episode number 191. Man, you know, I say I'm super excited about pretty much every guest we have on the show, but I started listening to this girl's music last night about 2:30 in the morning, and I'm just sleep deprived now because of it. It's just amazing stuff. First time on the ETX ROCKS Show, Miss Lauren Alexander, along with two members of her band, Jeffrey and Richie. I got that right, we got Jazzy, Jeff, and Rich. So we're really excited because Lauren is a singer-songwriter from right here in East Texas, Bullard originally, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, you've been here forever, and I'm just now finding out. I mean, I've listened to you before. I've seen your name on marquees around towns.
Yeah.
And, it's so cool to finally meet you guys, and not only meet you guys, but be able to have a platform to showcase you guys a little bit more. I know you guys have made a name for yourself here in East Texas. You've gone on to Nashville and done all that, and we did talk about Nashville. You didn't quite fit.
Didn't quite fit.
Which is a good thing.
Nashville's great, but yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't
Exactly
for Lauren
for us,
Alexander.
yeah.
And that's because of the freedom involved in your music, I think. It's so
Definitely.
open and free and so vibey and so many different influences all fitting together like a puzzle. It's amazing stuff. And so you guys out there, if you've watched more than one episode, you know I don't write reviews on this show. But because of my sleep deprivation last night, I decided I would write a little review about the album, which is called Smoke Signals, and we'll definitely tell you guys where you can find that a little bit later in the show, so make sure you stick around. But here's my little review. Smoke Signals is a musical journey where the listener is jumping from cloud to cloud on a lyrical and instrumental high. The songs are each unique and different and entirely without a genre holding them back. Each a different element that allows a brief peek into Lauren's genius. I dare you to try to dislike even one note of any song on this immaculate piece of work. Just wow. So before we get her to play, I've got to know what is in your mind when you're creating this art. I mean, this album is ridiculous.
Well, thank you for
You're
saying
welcome.
all that. It's very real, and like you said, there's a lot of freedom involved, and so I don't feel stuck to be in one genre or one type of way. So it's very, when I'm writing songs, it's very free.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and if you listen, and I hope you guys will take my advice and listen to this album. It's all available on YouTube. And if you look, one thing I do want to say, if you listen to all these songs on YouTube, since they have made them available to you for free, buy the album anyway. Just support the artist. But definitely check out these songs. What I love about this album is each song is so different from the one before it. There's so many different influences. There's so many different instruments from guitar and bass and drums, which is your typical setup, but then you've got the harmonica and the violin. I think I heard some cello and some organ music, and there's so much in this album, and that's where I come up with the word genius, because this isn't a song, it's a composition.
Yeah.
And so, did you go to school for this?
No.
So how does this happen?
I don't know. I mean, I've been doing this my whole life, and so.
Are you the one that's like, okay, I hear a violin here, or I hear the organ here? Is that you? That's.
I definitely do hear stuff, and then I have, the great team at Rosewood.
Right.
Well, they're genius.
Yeah,
They're amazing,
absolutely.
and so they'll throw in hey, we should have this right here.
Right. Very cool. So we're definitely going to have them play a couple of songs for y'all. Tell us about this first one. You guys will see what I'm talking about here.
I think we're gonna do Hit and Run first.
Okay, very cool. This is the upbeat one, right?
Yeah, this is.
So tell us
the
about
groovy
this song.
one. This one was kind of different. I wrote it to a garage band drum track, which I've never done. I mean, I'm usually just guitar.
Right.
But yeah, so it turned into kind of a groovy little tune.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you guys check this out. This is Hit and Run by Lauren Alexander.
Honestly, I'll be the last one standing. Hold me close.
All right, guys, so that was Hit and Run by Lauren Alexander and the Lauren Alexander Band, the LAB, the Lab. So yeah, man, Hit and Run. Hey guys, we'll be right back with more from Lauren and her band right after these messages from our sponsors.
This is important, so grab a pen. We are Mobile Audio and Video Productions, serving East Texas and surrounding areas. We're running a special for electronic press kits, also known as promos or EPKs. For $496 with everything included, we will come to your location, film and record your band's live performance, interview band members, then create a professional package with graphics and effects delivered to you in the digital format of your choice, ready to be uploaded to your band's website, Facebook page, or YouTube channel. The packages we prepare can also be pretty valuable tools to send to venues, booking agents, or promoters, even record labels. You take your band seriously, make sure the world does too. Here's our number, 903-738-3881. Check out mobileaudiolabs.com. Find us on Facebook, Mobile Audio and Video Productions.
Hey everybody, this is Sammy Brazier at the School of Music 101. We are a full-service music store. We service everything we sell here. We do guitar repair, strings, whatever. You need your intonation set on your guitar, bring it in. We do it right here. We sell new and used guitars, amp sets. Trade-ins are welcome. Bring your old gear in and get some new gear. Come on. We're doing guitar lessons, bass lessons, keyboard, drum, trumpet. We have some of the best teachers in East Texas. Terry Salyer's been with us. Toby Phillips. I have Daryl Gann on keyboard. Val Nell. All styles of music. We like to have fun with music, and we teach them, songs that they want to learn, and maybe a little music theory mixed in there with it. But we try to make it fun. We have 2 recitals a year. We're also going to do a battle of the bands, a battle of the lead guitar players. We're starting a new program that's called Garage Band, and what we're going to do is we're going to get some of these young people together, and they can form a band. And after a couple of months of them rehearsing with a mentor as a band, we will let them play at a local venue and invite their parents out, things like that, just to try to make it fun for them. The first lesson is on us. It's free, so come on out, sign up. And by the way, we have a special this month. If you don't own a guitar, you don't own an instrument, we're going to furnish one for you so you can see if you like taking lessons and maybe you want to pursue it and buy that instrument or another one somewhere. We also have a video production company. If you need them to come out and do your birthday or your graduation, whatever, we can provide it for you. Here are some of the students that make us really feel good about teaching. Some of the success stories, for instance, Allie Venable. She started when she was 12 years old. She's doing records. She's playing all over the country. Reese Malone, who started when he was maybe 10 years old. I can remember him coming in at 10 years old and wanting me to show him some Jeff Beck. So I knew he was going to be good. The store is open weekdays Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays we're open 11 to 3. We're located in Hallsville, Texas, 300 East Main Street, Hallsville, Texas.
I'm Lauren's mom, Susan. We started lessons about 6 weeks ago, heard about him through a friend, and it's just been a really good experience. She's enjoyed it and looking forward to the next lesson.
Y'all come on down and see Amy. She's at the School of Music. You'll probably find her behind the cash register. The store number is 903-660-7333. If you can't get us there, call me on my cell, 903-987-9639. We are School of Music 101, where school is cool.
All right, so we are back. This is episode 191 of the ETX ROCKS Show. We definitely want to thank our sponsors, and we hope you guys are checking them out. The first one is Mobile Audio and Video Productions, a fantastic crew doing all of the film and audio for these episodes. Make sure you're checking them out on Facebook, Mobile Audio and Video Productions, or go to the webpage, mobileaudiolabs.com, and see all the wonderful stuff that they do over there. We definitely want to thank School of Music 101 right there in Hallsville, Texas. Bringing you the best in all kinds of different music lessons, guitar lessons, all different instruments, including vocal lessons. They're going to start doing songwriter stuff as well. And you can get your instruments and get your instrument service there as well. And of course, last but not least, brought to you by the brand new album by Scott Connor called Captiva Follow. So make sure you're checking out Scott at his website at scottconnor.com. Thank you guys very much. So we are back with Lauren Alexander, not Alexander, but Alexander, not Alexandria. It's Lauren Alexander, okay, I got that right, And we're really excited to have you on the show for the first time. Again, I want to thank Jeffrey for making this happen, Jazzy Jeff. Finally making it happen. After 191 episodes, we have Lauren here. And we mentioned that you are from Bullard, so you are an East Texas girl, born and raised. And you've done the Nashville thing, we mentioned that. So now you're back.
Yeah.
I know you're still back and forth though, right?
Yeah, we do a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
So
did you become a little disenfranchised by the whole Nashville experience? Because you were out there for longer than a year, right?
Yeah, about a year and a half. I felt very stuck there. I felt like I couldn't afford to leave because you can't make any money there unless you're
because everybody is there for the same reason, right?
Right. So they're like, okay, we'll pay you. We'll like feed you dinner, and you can pay for tips.
Right.
$100.
They don't tell you that the dinner's from Taco Bell. It's not actually from their restaurant, right? It's like, we're gonna get takeout. Do you want some? By the way, start playing music. But yeah, that's how Nashville is, though. They want you to play for exposure. They don't realize that these kids have bills too that they have to pay.
Right. So that was definitely hard. And I just wanted to go. I feel very at home, like on the road.
Right.
So that was hard for me.
And I mean, you've done the Austin thing and all of that. Where are you most comfortable?
LA. We had a good time in LA.
Yeah. I don't know if I could pick one specific.
Just the road. You just like being.
Yeah, I like to go.
Colorado.
And Colorado's fun.
Colorado's where we like it a lot.
But.
I can imagine why, Jeff. I can imagine why.
I got those sunglasses on, Jeff.
I'm just here.
He's just along for the ride.
The
firstborn.
I'm always in the backseat. Yeah.
So now we did mention that you've been doing this a long time. You started at the age of 6, and I'm imagining that since you're from East Texas and you started young, that you were probably playing all of those like Opry style shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for me to imagine you as a country artist.
It's hard for me to look back on it. No, it was fun. It was really fun. But yeah, I've definitely outgrown that.
And you were a yodeler as well.
I was a yodeler.
She's so good.
Well, I mean, you can hear that on the second song that's coming up later in this episode called Say That You Want Me. There's kind of a little yodel part in there.
Yeah.
So you were probably doing like Cowboy Sweetheart and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
that was the one. Cowboy Sweetheart.
That was the one. That's
That
like the yodel
the
song
one.
for a female. So, and I told her off air that, my uncle was a world champion yodeler 3 times. And he actually was the first one to record the song Blue, if you know, from Leanne Rimes. Yeah, he was the very first one to record that. Look it up. Kenny Roberts is his name. He's gone now. But yeah, it was very cool. In fact, if you go to Lindale, the Love and War in Lindale, they have this picture on the wall. It's like the history of country music or something on there, and it looks like a tree. And the tree is made out of the different names, like, say Willie Nelson, and all the big names, and my uncle's name was in that tree.
Wow.
Yeah, it flipped me out when the first time I saw it. So check it out. It's in Lindale, Love and War. Have you guys played Love and War yet?
I haven't played. We've been.
Come on, Ty Phelps. Let's go. Lauren Alexander, she's right in your backyard. Make that happen. So I mentioned that we like to talk about the behind the scenes of the music, how you get from basically thin air to this art that's incredible. I mean, I've talked about your album, and we'll definitely talk more about that. But tell me what goes through your mind as a songwriter when do you feel like, do you set aside time for you to write, or does it just come naturally?
Yeah, it's just something that happens. I haven't figured out how to make it happen at a specific time yet.
Right. So you don't kind of channel it
right
at will.
But when it happens, I've got to go write a song, or you can't hold on to that.
You just drop everything.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you like that songwriter that's using the memo pad in your phone?
Oh yeah.
And
the voice recording thing.
Right.
Up. Yeah.
And what do you hear first? Do you hear lyrics first, or melody, or is it just depend?
Depends.
Okay, very cool. And when you're writing the song, do you hear a specific genre attached to it, or?
No, I just kind of let it do its thing and see what it ends up as.
So it's almost like a voyage for you.
Yeah.
From beginning to end.
Yeah.
And do you maybe write something and then kind of maybe lose the vibe and come back to it later? Because I know a lot of songwriters will, maybe they'll hear a hook or something, and they'll write the hook down, and then maybe 6 months goes by, and somehow or another you hear it again or something.
Like, oh, that would work in this song that I'm writing now.
So
Yeah,
that
definitely,
happens to you?
Definitely.
Very cool. And I mean, this album here has been out for a couple of years now, right? And it's called Smoke Signals, guys. Unbelievable stuff. And this is what, like 8 or 9 songs?
On the album,
Yeah.
there's 12.
12.
Songs, yeah.
And they're not all on YouTube then, are they?
Maybe not.
Because I think I only listened to like 8 or 9. That's not cool. All right, cool. So I got more stuff to look forward to.
Surprises and sort.
Very cool, very cool. So, if I were to ask you, like, picture Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
So who's on Mount Rushmore for Lauren Alexander as far as influences go?
I really love Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, so that's the whole mountain gone.
So we're done. But Tom Petty, I really like Grace Potter.
Very cool.
You know Grace Potter?
Yeah, of course.
Really cool.
Yeah, I kind of get that vibe from you.
Yeah.
Kind of, I mean, your music, and don't take this wrong, but it's very simple. You know, I mean, and that's not an offensive term, I don't think. It's just it's so connectable. You know, and sometimes music can be so overproduced nowadays that it's impossible to feel a connection to the music. And it's like the old term, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I love about Lauren Alexander and her vibe. It's so simple and so free, so organic. So Grace Potter, I get that. So one more on the mountain.
Just one more. We talked about Edie Brickell.
Yeah.
Edie Brickell is really cool.
She is.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited that you actually know who she is because that's the vibe I got. I don't remember which song it was. It might have been Back to Home or something like that. Or is that one of your songs?
That's
Back for War.
Oh, Back for More.
Back for More. Yeah. I think it was that song that gave me the Edie Brickell vibe. It might have been. But if you don't know who Edie Brickell is, you guys need to look her up. So that's Paul Simon's wife. And I think it was the 80s. She had a band called the New Bohemians.
89, 90, 91.
Yeah, and she had this song called What I Am. That is probably one of the catchiest songs you will ever hear. And the video was awesome, too. She's like in the water and going nuts. But I mean, your hair, the look, everything is so Edie Brickell. And then I mentioned that to her off camera. She's like, yeah, I know who that is. I hear that all the time. Validates my opinion, man. It's awesome. So we talked about the fact that you're working on a new record. And you're working at Rosewood. We just did a show at Rosewood with Jake Worthington, who's, I guess, a label mate in a way for you. So tell us what it's like working at Rosewood, because this is a studio that's got a lot of clout and a lot of records sold, and it's a locally owned recording studio, beautiful place. What's it like working with the guys over at Rosewood?
Well, I will say I have been recording there since I was 12 years old.
Wow.
So we talked about my first 2 albums that I did.
So you've never gone anywhere else?
No, Rosewood is just kind of my home. I feel really comfortable there.
Right. So you know how a record, you'll bring something in that's written. It's already, you think it's ready, but the producers, the guys that are paid to do all of this, they add all these different sounds to stuff. Are they good at that there?
Oh yeah, Drew. You met Drew, right?
Yeah.
Drew's great.
Drew's a heck of a songwriter too.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
And like I said earlier, so many different instruments on this record and they're perfectly placed, from the harmonica and the cellos. Let me ask you this, as an artist that plays a lot of acoustic jams and stuff like that, how do you connect with an audience when you have a produced record that's ready to be bought and sold and all that, but it sounds different than what you're doing live?
Yeah.
So, I mean, from a full band perspective, I don't imagine you have a fiddle player or a cellist or whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, obviously it's going to be different live.
Yeah, it's definitely different. But like you said, all the songs were born from this place, this acoustic, organic place, and so it doesn't feel uncomfortable to play it like that,
Right.
And connect in that way, just because.
And it's not overproduced either. I mean, everything
Right.
is put right where it needs to be. I mean, from the fiddle, and there's even a song with an organ playing in it, I think. And the church organ, it just gives you chills, and it's like, okay, the last song I just heard had a fiddle and a cello in it, and now I'm listening to organ music. This chick needs to make up her mind.
Right.
So indecisive. Right.
We keep telling her that too.
But that's the freedom of independent music.
Right, and it's so much fun to be able
Right.
to do that.
So when you went to Nashville, were they trying to take that away from you?
I wouldn't say anyone was trying to take it away from me, but
you weren't getting the exposure or the.
Yeah.
Because I imagine you probably went hoping for the big break, like everybody does,
course,
right?
yeah.
And then, but you're so different, and you're so. I hate to say anti-Nashville, but it's true. I mean, there's nothing in Nashville that's coming out like what you're doing.
Right.
I mean, I'd say the closest thing is probably like Sean McConnell. I don't know if you know who he is. But Sean McConnell's got the same kind of vibe that you do. He's all over the place with influences and different sounds and different instrumentation, breathe. But, and as a fan, it's awesome to hear stuff like that. Because I grew up on storytelling songs.
Yeah.
The Marty Robbins and John Denver and Townes Van Zandt, all of these guys that when they wrote a song for you to feel the song.
Right.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
So if that means you have to stay in East Texas to make that happen, I hope that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to keep playing my music and be able to travel.
Right.
Sorry. But yeah, I just want to be able to keep doing it.
So what's the ultimate goal?
Just keep playing music.
Has that changed over the years?
The goal?
The ultimate goal?
I would say it has changed, you know.
No backup plan.
Yeah, definitely.
No
I don't
backup.
have a backup plan,
That's okay.
which can make it scary, but I also don't have, I don't have an excuse to not do this.
Right.
Like, well, my
I mean,
other
these guys
job
have
will,
been
like,
with you the whole way, you know?
Yeah.
3 or 4 years now.
Longer than that.
a long time.
2011, 2010, something like that.
So because of all that time together, how have you guys grown as a band?
Man, this is amazing. We've been through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of changes.
A lot of changes. I mean, they have become my best friends, you know, and so when you have someone like that, there's a lot of ups and downs, you know. You get to know each other very well, the good, the bad, the ugly, you know. We share hopes.
The beauty in the beard?
Yeah, yeah. She hates my beard here.
It's gross.
Well, I'm going to say one thing is,
I knew I should have shaved before this episode.
The audience in Nashville, even though they're not looking for the producers, you know, supposedly, you know, looking for what's on the radio right now, we had great reception from the audience and we were playing. People really dug what we're doing. And people are the same generally everywhere we go. You know, they really get our vibe. They always talk about our vibe. They love whatever we're giving out to these people. And the audience really dug it. Whether they're wanting that on the radio in Nashville, we can't do anything like that. You know, we can just do what we do and just hopefully someone will say, hey.
Well, it's that
Nashville
listening.
wasn't all bad.
Right.
I mean, we had some really
Well, it's a
good
listening room
experiences there.
environment too that Nashville is known for, those little venues that.
And we love playing them.
Yeah.
We dig it, man. We dig it. You know.
And we're hoping to kind of create more of that here in East Texas. That's what I'm trying to do anyway, because I think that's missing here in East Texas. I think there's so many amazing singer-songwriters, you know, in the eastern part of Texas, really all across the state. But for some reason, the eastern side of Texas doesn't get the recognition. Because you got DFW, and you've got Austin, you've got Houston, and here we are, and it's here. All of those artists are here. Lauren Alexander's here, and Heather Little, and Meredith Crawford, and Austin Lane, all these amazing singer-songwriters. And there's no songwriter places, and there's no listening rooms. You have to go to Dallas to hear a listening room type show. Well, hopefully the venues around here are starting to take notice. Because original music, I think, is where it's at. If I want to hear a cover song, most bars have jukeboxes.
Yeah.
Why would I not want to hear it from the original artist?
Right.
You know, no offense to all my friends out there that are playing cover music, because I do understand the other half of it where venues want cover music as well, because that's supposedly what brings in the crowd.
But it all depends on what the audience demands.
Right.
You know, if the audience demands more of what we're doing, there will be more of what we're doing. And so we're trying to do our part to educate the audience and the crowd and the people of East Texas to appreciate what we're doing.
Exactly.
You know, if we don't do that ourselves, then they're going to expect cover tunes and expect the same stuff recycled over and over again. And so we're trying to bring a new angle, not just alone, but all the people are trying to bring a new angle to and let us think. Because a lot of times when we play our songs, she writes songs that they always say, we did it first. You know, that we write songs that sound like cover songs.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a testament that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
And that just goes straight back to the vibe. The vibe is so free and organic that people expect it to already be a thing.
Right.
And it's not. It's unique to what y'all are doing. It's your own grassroots kind of style of music. You know, that's what's happening for y'all. And I mean, there's got to be a higher platform for people like you, not just y'all, but other artists like y'all, to get that out there. It's kind of like I feel like music has been around for as long as human beings have been around. We've all felt the songs that we've already felt. You can't re-feel a song. You know, I can't go back and listen to a Led Zeppelin song for the second time and re-feel it. I've already felt what I felt from that song. I need to hear new music. I don't know. For me, as a fan, if I'm not getting new music all the time, and I feel like I'm missing something, you know, and that's what happens. Now you have the auto-tuning and all of that stuff. I think that's why. Because people are afraid to feel a song now. Yeah. Because they've already felt it from something else. Well,
yeah, a lot of people mask their feelings. You know, they don't want to go there. And so, as a singer-songwriter, I think she's writing songs out there that makes you want to feel emotional, and some people aren't comfortable with it.
It pulls you in,
yeah,
too. You know, you just want to get closer and closer, and then she'll knock you away with the vocals. It's smart business. You know, it just is. I mean, especially in the environments that you guys are playing, like Dakota's and all these great venues in Tyler that are kind of your home. And hopefully we can get her out to Longview and Kilgore and stuff and really start to spread you out more that way, because I hate when an artist has to leave East Texas in order to play. Yeah. You know, that should not happen. You should have a good home base and then be able to tour if you want to, but always have that strong base and foundation to come back to. And I think East Texas is dropping the ball there. That's just my opinion.
We need our own depot.
Thank you. We need our own 6th Street.
Yeah, we're trying. We do Deep Ellum and 6th Street ourselves, but it would be nice if we could go downtown Tyler or Longview and have the same vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're close.
We are.
I really do. I think the people over at ETX Brewing Company and all those different businesses that are coming together for the block parties downtown, I think that's a great step.
Yeah.
You know, because I love the fact that they're spotlighting artists that are solo artists with just their guitar or whatever and their voice. That's what we need more of around here. You know, I love full bands too, don't get me wrong, but I love the intimacy of this. That's why we go unplugged on this show as much as we can. So here's a question for you. I know as a songwriter, especially as a younger songwriter, especially for someone who's been playing songs you have, that there can be an evolution process over the journey of your career. So in what ways has your songwriting matured over the years?
I think mostly with the songwriting, it's just come with the experience of being out more on my own. When I first started, my parents obviously had a huge part of what I was doing. And so when I was finally old enough to start doing that on my own, I just had a lot more experiences, and I think that contributed a lot to my songwriting.
Do you feel like the older you get, the better you become at capturing an experience?
Yeah. I mean, and the more songs you write, the better you are at it.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think it's cool too. It's always nice to hear from a songwriter how they evolve over time.
Yeah.
Because I mean, most of y'all start so young. When I'm out playing with a stick, you're writing a song. You know? But it's like I always hear, I started when I was 8. I mean, what are you singing about? Lunch money? You know, I mean,
right.
You know. But now you hear stuff like Wildflower. I mean, so how old were you when you wrote Wildflower? I'm curious.
It was before we went to Nashville for the first time, so I was probably like...
You weren't 21 yet, were you?
I don't think so. Like probably 17, 18.
Man, that's a strong song for a teenager. Very, very cool stuff. And if you don't know what we're talking about, they did play a song called Wildflower. It's not actually on this episode. If you want to check that performance out, go to our Facebook and just type in Lauren Alexander Sneak Peek, and that's where you can find that. Or you can just go to her YouTube channel and listen to it on the album, or buy the album.
Please.
All right, guys, so we're talking with Lauren Alexander along with Richie and Jeffrey from the Lauren Alexander Band, and we're actually going to take a brief break, and we're going to be right back and play What the Heck with Lauren Alexander.
Oh, that should be fun.
Hey guys, it's Jeremy Tipton from the Tiptons. These guys over here at the ETX ROCKS Show are awesome.
All right, so we are back. Again, we want to thank all our sponsors for sponsoring the ETX ROCKS Show. Without y'all, we couldn't do this, and we couldn't keep it free for all of our listeners out there to listen to. And we're going to play some What the Heck with Lauren, along with Richie and Jeffrey. I hope you guys will pipe up too. I'm sure you will. But the way this works is this is just 10 questions, and they're kind of funny questions. They're completely PG-ish. But basically the plan is I want you to tell me the first thing that pops into your mind.
Okay.
So no filter.
Okay.
Okay, and if you can keep it family friendly, that would be a bonus, but
Okay.
you don't have to. So this is What the Heck with the Lauren Alexander Band. All right, I'm going to start with number 1. Where do you think squirrels go during hurricanes?
Do squirrels swim? I don't know.
Protecting their nuts.
Family.
That's what they eat, Lauren. They eat nuts.
They have to protect their nuts.
Wow, dirty mind over here.
It's all of y'all's fault.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm leaving.
That was edited out. All right,
Okay.
number 2.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are all stranded on a deserted island.
Okay.
Okay, you can invite one famous person to be stranded there with you. Who's the one person, and what 3 items would you need to entertain yourselves?
Okay. Well, we need a guitar, for sure.
Probably something for Jeff. Yeah, something for me.
It's like a cardboard box or something. He can entertain himself for hours.
Well, okay, fine. But I'm thinking celebrity.
Christmas is going to be easy this year.
Yeah, what celebrity would you choose, Jeff?
Well, who I would choose?
Who do you choose for all of us?
Oh, for all. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you two.
Mm.
Y'all are with each other. I'm gonna need something.
Oh,
someone,
that's
some
true. That's true.
particular celebrity, female celebrity.
Kate Upton.
Kate Upton's pretty good. My first crush was Jennifer Connelly.
Okay.
So that would be if she's my age now, but she's definitely.
I think you'd probably need more than a cardboard box to keep her.
I have my ways.
Oh my god.
Back to the squirrel again. All right. Number 3. Okay, so if you were a cannibal, just try to,
Okay. Get in that mindset?
Yeah, you're a cannibal.
Okay.
So do you think clowns taste funny?
Totally.
Never let them finish the 3 items.
Oh, we're on guitar and cardboard box. We need one more item.
Make it have food?
A bong.
Yeah, we should.
Do we have, let's see.
A telephone?
Yeah, you're stranded on that island in Colorado, right?
I feel like we would need a pen and paper. And that
That's
should
2
count as
items.
1 item.
She ain't gonna
It's
write
like,
any songs. Yeah, she needs something.
it's one of those
Oh,
notepads that has
there's
a pen
sticks
attached.
on the island already. You just write it on the beach.
Okay, maybe,
A fishing pole?
oh yeah, that'd be good. A fishing pole. Yeah.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah, I would
Nothing like that. All right, so a fishing pole, a cardboard box, and a guitar.
Yeah, well.
Ooh, that's going to be a heck of a party. Heck of a party.
And Jennifer Connelly.
And Jennifer Connelly's there.
Woo,
That's
yeah,
right.
she was back in the day.
You better hope she likes fish, Jeffrey.
Well, I have my ways. I can have it.
All right, number 4. If someone gave you an elephant,
Okay.
and you can't sell the elephant, you can't give it away. So what do you do with this elephant?
Keep it.
What are you going to do with it, though?
Put it in the backyard.
You must have a big backyard.
We'll make room for that elephant.
All right, number 5. On average, how many times do you hurt yourself attempting to dance in the shower per week?
To dance in the shower?
Mm.
That would,
Just, I think in
if
general.
she took a shower,
dancing-
that would be fine.
Wow, that was fighting.
What was the question?
On average, per week, how many times do you hurt yourself attempting to dance in the shower?
I would say at least once per week.
Wow. Yeah, I'm too big to be dancing
You
in the
hurt yourself
shower.
walking through a room, so that doesn't really say much.
Well, we all do that. You get to sit down for the whole game.
Yeah, I know. My ass was hurting. So.
All right, number 6. How violently do you have to fight the urge to scream when you hear an ice cream truck coming?
To scream
Mhm.
for the excitement.
Yeah.
You don't fight that urge.
You just, so,
You just get excited.
so you just do it. Go for it.
Yeah.
She doesn't have her emotions.
Okay. All right, number 7.
scream when we hear a whole food, when we see a whole
If
food.
4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does that mean the 5th person enjoys it?
And enjoy it for the other people?
Well, like 4 out of 5
You take
of
this
them.
question, Jeff.
Oh my God.
4 out of 5 of them suffer from diarrhea. So
Means
does
the
that mean
5th one
that-
likes it because the other 4 are suffering. The other one like, ooh, I really like diarrhea.
Okay.
Please edit that out. Ooh, I really like diarrhea.
Yeah, auto loop. That's gonna be my ringtone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shoot.
I'm gonna have that dog going off in Walmart. Ooh, I really like diarrhea. We're gonna be crazy.
Oh shoot.
All right. That was what, 7? All right. Number 8. All right. Okay. So, have you ever seen Donald Duck wearing pants? He does not wear pants, right? Do you agree?
I agree.
Okay. So why in the world does he wear a towel when he gets out of the shower? Why does he wrap himself in a towel?
I'd say probably because it's cold.
His feathers are wet. Shrinkage.
Back to the squirrels.
Shrinkage. That is not the first time I've heard that on this show, actually.
Okay.
All right. So number 9. What do you think cats dream about?
Themselves, I don't know.
All right, themselves. I've heard that one before. What about you, Jeffrey? What do you think?
I would think catnip.
Okay, Richie?
Yarn.
That's a good one.
So we're going to get to the end of the show, and when I do the description, I'm going to say, Richie said one word. And if anybody can comment me the one word he said, maybe we'll give you something. People will have to watch the whole episode.
It's all on you.
You get a free CD if you can guess.
Yeah, no, I don't
For real?
For real, I'll leave an extra one.
Okay.
For you.
So you heard that. The first person that comments anywhere on this video, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, anywhere, if you comment the one word that Richie said in this episode, you get a free Lauren Alexander CD. Very cool. All right.
Signed.
We're going to promote that too. All right, number 9. Okay, so a penguin walks through that door right there, right now, wearing a sombrero on his head.
Hola.
So why do you think he's here, and what does he say?
I think he's here for those peanut butter cookies. What does he say? What does he say? He's wearing a sombrero.
He's wearing a sombrero. Well,
He's here for the cookies.
So everybody's trying to figure out how to say cookies in Spanish.
Jeff knows, right? You know.
Galletas.
Are you
It's
sure?
galleta.
It
Yeah. Not callete. That's shut up, man.
Shut up, cookies!
Galletas. Yeah, galletas.
We put all the pressure on Richie now, because now he can't say any more words, or we can't give away his CD.
That is a lot of pressure on him.
All right, last one of what the heck, number 20. Okay, if bacon is bacon and cookies are cookies, then why do we cook bacon and bake cookies?
It's all you, Lauren. I'm not answering. It's all yours.
How do you cook?
Why do we cook bacon and bake cookies?
That's a very good question.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't make sense to me either.
You had me at bacon.
Me too. But really, should it be called
Who's
cooking?
hungry?
Yeah.
Or bakies?
That's what happens when you go to Colorado.
That is true.
So why do you drive on a parkway
And
and
park
park
on
on
the
a
driveway, I
driveway?
know. Well, they call them speed bumps if you gotta slow down to go
Who
over.
decided all this stuff?
I don't know.
Them?
Them.
There's
Big
gotta be
Brother.
like,
Infamous. Them.
Yep. They also killed JFK. This episode
And
is brought
caused
to
the
you by
world's-
the National Geographic magazine and the CIA.
And they caused the world to end yesterday.
It was over.
I know.
I don't know how we're doing this. All right, so that was What the Heck with Lauren Alexander. Thank you for being a good sport. That's always a lot of fun. Bacon is bacon and cookies are cookies. Don't forget. All right, guys, so we've been talking with Lauren and Jeffrey and Richie and just having a great time. We really appreciate everybody out there for checking out another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. And of course, Lauren's going to play us another song, and I'm pretty stoked because this is my favorite one. This is called Say That You Want Me, right?
Say You Want Me, yeah.
So tell us how you came up with this song.
So I actually wrote this one with Richie. So he kind of came up with the melody part of it.
Very nice.
He like brought it to me, and it was like one of those songs that's like super easy to write, super, and it's super fun to play too.
Right. So where did the ooh parts come from? Was that you or him? 'Cause that's the catchy part of the song. Because she's like, what's he talking about? The ooh parts.
I digress.
Yeah.
Compose ourselves.
But guys, this is my favorite Lauren Alexander song. This is called Say That You Want Me by the Lauren Alexander Band.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Lynn, and make sure to tune in to ETX ROCKS.
Boston Chris.
Hello, y'all. This is Ronnie Millsap, and thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
Tough guy. Ho!
Hey guys, we're Black Top Mojo, and thank you for tuning in to ETX
Alright, so that was my favorite song, Say That You Want Me by Lauren Alexander. I wish we could hear that song on the radio. I really do. We need to just start inundating all the radio stations with that song and all of the other Lauren Alexander songs. So hey guys, if you're listening, you like that song, you can request that to radio. Force them to play it. Because I want to hear it. I know she would love that. So let's get Lauren Alexander on local radio. I bet you we can make this happen. Lauren, tell us about where folks can find you on social media, your webpage, and where they can pick up a copy of Smoke Signals.
Yeah, so LaurenAlexander.com. That will link you to everywhere. But
And we'll have that in the description below.
But also on Facebook and Instagram at Lauren Alexander Music. I also do Twitter occasionally.
Okay.
At Lauren A Music. You can get Smoke Signals on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's basically anywhere.
Okay.
Amazon. You can order it off my website. We have physical copies.
El Guapo.
Yeah, El Guapo.
Very cool. El Guapo and Tyler, which is down there on the square, I think, right?
Yeah.
So you guys can get them there. And of course, they can find all your shows and stuff on your webpage.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what you guys can do. Go to her webpage, find a show, go to the show, and then buy a CD from her. And I bet you all of these guys will sign it for you.
Sure.
They'll teach Jeffrey how to write. That's not a problem.
With crayon.
Yeah, well, crayon doesn't show up, but it'll be white crayon. I hope that'll work for you.
If I don't need them.
Do you burn them down first? Yeah, me too. They just go down a lot smoother that way. But it's LaurenAlexander.com, guys. Check that out. Would you send people there also if a venue wanted to book you? Just send them to the contact section of that.
Yep.
So contact at LaurenAlexander.com. It's probably LaurenAlexander.com/contact, but you can check that out. There's also a bio and tour dates, and I think you even have like samples of your music on there as well, right?
Yeah.
So one-stop shop for Lauren Alexander right there. It's Lauren Alexander Music on Instagram and Facebook, and Lauren A Music on Twitter.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was too long to fit the whole Lauren Alexander Music.
So Twitter and Nashville, they just don't get you.
I don't understand.
All right, so I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in to another great episode of the ETX Rock Show. This was number 191 featuring Lauren Alexander along with Jeffrey and Richie. The one word, what is it? Comment, be the first, you'll win a CD. Again, you guys can follow along with us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at ETX Rocks. If you're listening on iTunes, please hit that rate and review button. That'll definitely help us. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that like button. Let's get the likes up on this video. Again, thank you guys so much out there for supporting the ETX Rock Show. If you want to send a donation or a contribution our way, you guys can just type in paypal.me/ETX Rocks. We'll accept any kind of money, even pesos. I'll figure out the exchange rate later. As we always say on this show, we want to thank everybody out there for supporting live music. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks!
That's right.